Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm bringing you guys a eyebrow tutorial today, and we're gonna go in using Anastasia brow dip. I'm using the shade Ebony, and the brush I'm using is just a regular angled brush with a spoolie on the end. So it's a two-sided brush. I got it off Amazon, and I'll tag it in the post. So I've already outlined the bottom of my brow. Now I'm outlining the top of my brow. So you just want to mimic the shape of your brow on the top and the bottom, keeping the line as straight as possible. Then going in, filling in the inside of your brows. Once you fill in the inside of your brows, you want to make sure that you're using hair-like strokes to mimic your hair that's already there. And then you want to make sure you're getting it really even over the whole brow. So you don't want to have like some spots darker than others or some spots lighter than others. Alright, so I'm using the spoolie, and now this brush is legit because you don't have to go and find another brush for one thing. You can use both and be good. So you just basically blending out the product, and at some point you may have to go in and add more product to get it where you want it to be, to get it to your liking. Yes. So just blending that product out even more. Blending. And yeah, with their makeup, you have to do a lot of blending, y'all. Like, a lot of blending. Alright, so we're going over to the other brow. We're going to go ahead and fill it in really quick. Do the same thing with the same product, same brush, everything. Outline the bottom, then outline the top. Looks a little crazy, I know, but just give me a minute. Keep outlining and filling in the inside of your brows using hair-like soft strokes. Yes. All right, and get that spoolie. Go ahead in with that spoolie and blend it out, y'all. And then we're going to go in with our PRO Fawn concealer. I'm going to use Fawn for the bottom, and then we're going to use Chestnut for the top. And another thing that I forgot to mention, the beginning of your brows, you always want to try to start a little back, and I'll go over that. I'll do another tutorial to kind of detail where to start, where to end your brows. I'll do another video if you guys like this one. But that's for another day. So we're going to keep this in line with the concealer as straight as possible, keeping your natural arch. The brush I'm using is just a flat e.l.f. concealer brush. It's not the brush that I normally use, so that's why I'm being very careful. I don't really like this brush. I gotta find my other one. Yes, and I'm just pulling that concealer down because we're going to use that concealer as a base. And sometimes it helps when you get to the arch of your eyebrow. And I'll go over the areas of the eyebrow. Kind of should have did that first. Go over the areas of the eyebrow. But once you get to the arch, it's kind of better if you lift your eyebrow up and conceal under. And that helps you keep your natural arch. And then on to the tail, and then we're going to use that concealer all over our eyelid. We're going to use it as a base for our eyeshadow. And then I'm just going back, cleaning up any little areas that I see, any unevenness. And even go back in with more of the Anastasia brow dip if you need to. Y'all, I got my game face on. I was serious about getting these brows done for y'all. But they okay, though. Like, And excuse my voice, like I've been dealing with little sinus issues or something. Y'all gotta forgive me. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start on the top. For the top, I'm using a flat angle brush, and I'm just using the brush, using it sideways to get that perfect lining at the top to outline my brows at the top with the concealer. So I'm using Chestnut for the top. You always want to use a lighter concealer for the bottom and a darker concealer for the top. And when I say a lighter concealer, I'm saying maybe one shade lighter than your foundation, and for your top, maybe just about the same color as your foundation, or it could be just a tad bit lighter. But don't try to go too dark and don't try to go too light both ways, because it won't be pretty at all. So just using that angle brush to get that lining perfect, get that arch perfect. And anytime that if you see me looking down at my hand using my brush, that I'm just getting concealer. I usually put my concealer on the back of my hand. I don't have time to be putting it on anything else. Like, my hand is the closest thing to me, so that's what I use. So if you see me using my brush on my hand, then I'm just getting more product to apply. And now I'm just evening out the concealer at the bottom, blending it out. For some reason, I just couldn't find none of my brushes. I guess Harmony had been in my stuff because I couldn't find anything. So now we're blending out the top concealer. Because Harmony has made it disappear. Alright, so I got fed up and I just went ahead and started blending it in with a sponge, which was even better because it worked wonders. So just blend that concealer out. Blend, blend, blend for your life. Y'all know where that little pimple came from. I ain't really with that though. Alright, so we're going to go over to the other eye. And we're just going to do the same thing using the same products. And you just want to make sure that you get that line as straight as possible. Line your brows up really even, and make sure that you even them out with the other brow as well. Sometimes you may have to stop, take a little look, make sure that both of your brows match up. Make sure one don't look bigger than the other one, or one is smaller than the other. You know, it happens. And I'm using the same brush. The flat concealer brush is made by e.l.f. Cosmetics. You can get it from Walmart. All right, and at this point, I'm just pulling that concealer down to cover my eyelid. And then we're going to blend it out. Well, actually, I felt that my tail was a little too short, so I kind of added a little bit more to it. Now we're going to go back in. Kind of make sure that you position your brush off good when you start off, because you want to make sure that you don't angle your eyebrows to have you looking crazy. And we're going back in with that chestnut concealer, and I decided to go over it twice because it looked a little bit thicker than the other one, and we're not going to have that. All right, and then we're going to go back in with that sponge and blend it out some more. Blend, blend for your life, honey. Time I was like, look, I need something a little bit bigger than that. So I went ahead and got one of my Real Technique sponges. Alright, so I'm going back in with the spoolie. You just want to make it look as natural as possible. And that's it for this tutorial, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel.